You have to, that's that first step to home ownership. You have to figure out where you're at, right? Where your credit is. And then most of these loan officers are willing to help you through the process to improve your credit score.
Most,
yeah.
I pick a right one. Some of these boys get impatient.
Do they?
Yeah. It's okay.
That's all right. Some people are hard to get a hold of, you know?
You gotta look. Let me tell you something. You guys and whoever else you may be listening to this, that's a realtor. Your lender is important, man. And if your lender it doesn't pick up the phone or it's hard to get a hold of, get rid of them.
Drop them.
Look.
Makes your life
like
difficult.
a bad habit.
Yeah.
And they'll get over it. But you need a sphere of 2 to 3 good lenders that pick up the goddamn phone.
Yeah.
And everybody's not going to have a 700 score with 20% down.
Right.
If you get yourself a couple of lenders that are willing to work with these boys and girls, that's your pipeline, man. I don't care if it takes 6 months. That's good. That's when you get a call 6 months later like, yo, remember Mr. and Mrs. Johnson? They're ready. Sweet. There's another loan. Because out of every 10, only really one or 2 are ready, which, I'll take them. But then down the road, you get a call, and maybe that's another deal for you.
Right. That long term.
Long term.
Yeah. You're thinking about the pipeline and filling it up. And if you're trying to help as many people as possible, you're going to have to work with different credits and different situations and stuff like that. Yeah.
But you go all the way down to 580, so,
Yeah. But even the lender plays an important role. You do a lot of buyers, right?
I do.
Yeah, but they play a huge role, like for listing agents, right?
Mm-hmm.
Like if you're a listing agent, I mean, shit, you need to like with like guaranteed rate and stuff. How they would have like those spreadsheets and stuff like timelines and stuff. That plays a huge role. But you need to know where you're in that financing because when it comes to the closing date and financing falls through, then the whole deal goes south and everybody's so.
That's why it helps us to know different programs too, especially as realtors, because believe it or not, if you know 3 or 4 good programs, you may know more than some loan officers. I've had deals that were about to die, and I'm like, well, why don't you just flip to this program? And they're like, ooh, right? So, USDA is a perfect one. I had an old boy down in Wilmington doing an FHA deal, right? Something happened crazy, and FHA just denied the deal. He couldn't do it. But if you know anything about that, Wilmington, the entire city of Wilmington it sits in a USDA eligible territory. And I'm like, hey, let's flip to USDA. The other realtor, clueless. We flipped it, deal closed. But the whole point is, had I not known that deal dies.
Right. Yeah.
So you have multiple lenders you work with?
Mm-hmm. I got a solid rotation of 5. I think about it like basketball. You got 5 starters, right? Every once in a while, you got to put someone on the bench, huh?
Yeah.
So, but I got 5 starters, and I'll rotate you. And a lot of your job as a realtor is you're kind of your job is to gauge personalities. If you get a buyer, someone calls you up off of Facebook or you meet in a Jewel, and they're like, hey, I want to buy a joint, and you work with 5 lenders, you can kind of figure from their personality who you're going to stick them with, right? I got a couple boys that are a little rough around the edges, like, they're really good loan officers, but they're just,
right. That perfect fit.
So a lot of times I don't stick certain borrowers with those boys, but I get nice lady who wants to buy a house, and she's, from Naperville, and she's really sweet. I'm probably not going to stick her with my guy that I,
right.
So your job is, but if you only work with one loan officer, you're going to put people whose personalities are going to clash. So I don't do that. And sometimes when I'm closing a loan, I'll take a picture or video, and I'll have one of my loan officers reach out. Say, hey, man, why don't you give me that one? I said, I said, dude, because you're an asshole, right? Well, you're too rough. There's no way. And they're like, oh, I'll work on it. So, yes, I think you have a rotation of loan officers. So you, as the realtor, can place your potential buyers with someone who you think their personality will gel.
Yeah.